25. Gollum. While the only people who ever had trouble fending him off were hobbits, he is known and recognized around the world, and his character was very well written. 24. Scar. One must not underestimate Scar's ability to manipulate others in order to either make his dirty work easier or do the dirty work for him. Combine that with manipulation of social structure and an army of savage hyenas, and you've got a near-perfect animated foil for the noble Mufasa. 23. Gaston. The comical, arrogant, walking pile of muscles and misogyny, Gaston is an excellent example of how the strong, popular figure can turn oppressive and dark when you get past the surface. Gaston edges Scar out in terms of raw power, established hunting ability, and the ability to whip up a frenzied armed mob. 22. Dolores Umbridge. God, we hate her. Her slimy, evil character is so well written that you root for absolutely horrible things to happen to her. Her character represents the politicians you hate, the teachers you despised, and the racist ignorance exhibited by far too many people historically in power. 21. The Joker. The Joker combines extreme cunning and intelligence with unpredictable insanity. This combination has allowed him to humiliate and effectively defeat not only Batman, but several other DC heroes. 20. Bellatrix Lestrange. Combine the insanity of the Joker with the vile, hateful evil of Umbridge, then add much more respectable magical power, and you get Bellatrix Lestrange. She reveled in torturing and killing all who opposed her Dark Lord. 19. Jareth the Goblin King. While certainly less evil than some listed before, Jareth had some pretty twisted ideas of love in his head, and then he allowed his desire and jealousy for Sarah to bring him to kidnapping, torture, extortion, and a number of other implied horrors. As the ruler of the Labyrinth and the Goblin City, he wielded a multitude of magical powers, mostly involving dreams and desires, along with his army of minions. 18. Professor Moriarty. Why is Moriarty so high on this list? One word: mastermind. We've had some extremely intelligent villains on this list so far, but compared to the mental ability of Professor James Moriarty, they are amateur at best. He is a genius at manipulation, utilizes advanced mechanical devices, and sets elaborate traps for his victims. 17. Ursula the Sea Witch. Ursula has all the scheming of previously mentioned Disney villains, but a whole lot more power to back it up. In addition to being able to transform body mass and state, she is superhumanly strong, can see remotely via minions as her avatars, and is also a master manipulator. 16. Jafar. Jafar is a textbook psychopath and a skilled manipulator. He initially relies on cunning in certain artifacts, such as his staff, for his power. However, once he wishes to become a sorcerer, he gains an impressive amount of power and is not limited by specific way of casting. 15. Morgan Le Fay. Morgan is the half-sister of Arthur, who studies various forms of magic while learning to be a healer. She later studies under Merlin and grows even more powerful. Using said magic, she tricks Arthur into impregnating her, causing the birth of Mordred and Arthur's eventual fall. 14. The Wicked Witch of the West. The Wicked Witch of the West is an extremely cruel, self-centered, and powerful villain. Among other powers, she can teleport, fly, create and control fireballs, cast sleeping spells from afar, and command an army of flying monkeys and other terrifying creatures. All that for a pair of slippers? Wicked. 13. Dracula. The original vampire definitely does not sparkle. It was shown that he was capable of walking in a human form during the day and had all the traditional super vampire powers. Super strength and speed, flight, shape-shifting, as well as weather and mind control. 12. The Lord of Darkness. The Lord of Darkness is an iconic, classic, and powerful rendition of the Devil's Son. This guy is only vulnerable to daylight and wants to bathe the world in eternal darkness. He has all the powers you'd expect from a devil spawn. illusions, fireballs, mind manipulation, enhanced strength, shapeshifting, and durability against anything that isn't light-based. 11. Lord Voldemort. The consummate evil wizard needs little introduction. Unless you're the boy who lived, you have virtually no means of killing this guy. His already superior magic ability allows him to teleport, torture, and kill at will. You can see why nobody wanted to speak his name. 10. Hades. This version of Hades is one of the only few depictions in which Hades is a villain. Though he's not as all-powerful as some incarnations, this Hades is no slouch. In addition to immortality, he has control of fire and smoke, can teleport, use a sort of general dark magic, has minion demons, and can control dangerous creatures. 9. Jadis, the White Witch of Narnia. Powerful, nearly immortal, and ruthless, the White Witch of Narnia was immensely strong and arguably more wicked than any wicked witch. Not only did she enslave or petrify the vast majority of intelligent talking beasts in Narnia, she captured, tortured, and murdered the lion god Aslan, along with the enchantment of an endless winter over the entire realm. 8. Maleficent. Maleficent was a sorceress with all the powers of hell at her command. As the mistress of all evil, she lays a curse on baby Aurora that'll keep everyone in dread for the next 16 years. In addition, she conjures lightning, can fly, teleport, raise a barrier forest of thorns, and can turn herself into a full-fledged dragon. 7. Grendel. Grendel was originally conceived in 700 AD, making him an old-school horror. Though interpretations differ, the primary attributes of Grendel are his horrible appearance and penchant for mercilessly slaughtering people. As the descendant of Cain, he was evil for evil's sake, was capable of moving silently in the shadows, and was nearly invulnerable. 6. Smaug. The last great dragon of Middle-earth, Smaug was cruel and very intelligent, among other things. His entire body radiated with intense heat, and he laid waste to entire towns with his fire breath. For 200 years he was uncontested, and likely would have remained so if the heroes from The Hobbit had not been very, very lucky. 5. Magneto. As a mutant, Magneto felt that his species was above that of ordinary humans, and every act of hate against mutants fueled his drive. He wielded near godlike power with his magnetic manipulation ability. His only real weakness was his own human psyche and endurance. 4. Sephiroth. Sephiroth has all the makings of a powerful fantasy villain. He decided it was his destiny to take control of the planet. He evolves into several forms, from an extremely skilled swordsman to a straight-up god, and along the way manages to summon a meteor that would decimate millions of people and change the face of the entire planet. 3. Sauron. Sauron was a being of immense power as the lieutenant of Melkor, who is a near-omnipotent fallen angel. Sauron grew to be the master and god of men and had the rings of power forged, along with the one ring that would give him power over all the others. When in physical form, he had tremendous power and durability, single-handedly battling entire armies. Even when finally defeated, he remained in spirit, corrupting those with weak wills and who coveted the power of the rings. All in all, his machinations were directly responsible for centuries of war, hatred, and the deaths of millions. 2. The Nothing. In the world of Fantasia, the Nothing represents human apathy, cynicism, and the denial of childhood dreams. As it spreads, all Fantasians it destroys are turned into lies and deceit, which manifest in the human world. Were it to completely destroy Fantasia, everyone in the real world would be driven mad by the destruction of all hopes, dreams, and imagination. 1. Satan. Obviously, depending on your religion, Satan is not actually a fantasy character. However, Paradise Lost depicts a relatively close story to the biblical Satan. This makes him immensely powerful, unopposed by essentially any being except for the Archangel Michael and God himself. He's got an army of immensely powerful angels at his command, of which it requires the full force of heaven itself to combat. Even despite being defeated by Heaven, using his wit, charisma, trickery, and a great deal of magic, he is able to strike a blow against Heaven by tainting paradise and introducing sin and death to the origins of humanity. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button in the top right corner so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with your friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these 2 videos here, or just head to our website at list25.com.